Imagine my excitement when I was chilling yesterday and I see Vice dropped a new documentary called Roid Renaissance, the UK's steroid epidemic. Are you kidding me? That's made for me. Steroids and Vice reactions? Why am I so obsessed with talking about steroids? Always have been? I don't know. Why is my forehead tan in my videos? These are the questions of the universe. Unfortunately, on social media, the steroided out freaky bodies rise to the top, and it's too easy to get a following these days by claiming that you're natty because there's no repercussions for lying on social media. And what happens is we established a culture where steroids are normalized and cool as long as you're honest about it. The Overton window of fake nattiness has shifted completely. In fact, everyone is open about their use these days because that's the cool thing to do. And just because people look big and strong on them doesn't negate the fact that those people are using drugs. I think strength and physicality are ideals that men should strive for, except when you take steroids, you're just getting rid of all that. There's no glory whatsoever. You're not embracing any sort of suffering. You're not learning anything about yourself. You are doing puss boy activities. I can appreciate Vice for making this as part of their high society series because, let's be honest, steroids are drugs, okay? These are people who have an addiction.
An estimated 500,000 young men in the UK are addicted to steroids. In fact, the Class C drug is the second most used drug after cannabis.
Mate, so when you train,
I've never done it.
The pump is unreal.
But steroids come with some pretty alarming side effects.
Look at bro's back. It's so over, pal.
Including liver and kidney failure.
We've got a lot of medication for the heart failure and the heart attacks.
As well as mood swings and increased estrogen, which results in men needing breast reduction surgery.
Oh, dude, it doesn't get old. The thought of medical forceps just extracting my nips? Are you kidding me, bro? This should be enough to never do steroids.
I want to take a look inside the steroid epidemic, from the dealers selling it to the young men taking it. Why is a generation of young men getting hooked on roids?
I'll tell you why. It's rather simple. Because we live in an instant gratification world, okay? Now, I want it now. I can't work or wait for anything. The glory, the journey, the path, these ideals are gone.
About to see Tom Powell. If it sounds familiar, it's because he was in season 2 of Love Island. He's been openly taking steroids for a number of years now.
Do you still think there's like bad connotations with steroid use and like the whole stigma of your balls will shrink?
That's not a stigma, that's fucking true.
Oh.
Yeah, my balls are tiny.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm taking that large grandfather clock pendulum swinging nutsack any day over small, shriveled nuts.
Back in school, I was a chubby little kid. So for years, I was. Till I realized girls don't like fat guys.
What's funny is a lot of dudes actually start taking steroids to attract more women, right? Get the ladies all riled up, when in reality, they just attract more attention from other men.
When did you start taking steroids?
5 months after Love Island.
Was being on camera, did that affect how you saw yourself?
Yeah, I felt pressure to stay in shape more. It wasn't the reason why I jumped on steroids. It was a contributing factor. Obviously, I wanted to look good all the time because you're constantly in the public eye. The main reason why I went to Love Island is because I wanted to become a sponsored athlete. I met the guys that I wanted to become, you know.
It's kind of sad that the fitness industry on social media has become a career path for some when they first start out. But the barrier to entry that nobody talks about is steroids.
And I asked them straight away, I was like, boys, talk to me about steroids, are you on them? And they said, yeah, you can't get anywhere in this industry without them. You can go into any single gym and buy steroids within 5 minutes of being in there.
That's nuts, man.
They're very, very available.
So what's the biggest you've ever got?
120 kilos lean. 5-6 years ago when I first started taking steroids, I wanted to be these, you know, topless influencers that were
He doesn't even look good, bro. Oh God, why?
Shredded. I wanted to be that. And now I realized that that was the wrong way to go about it, and that's not what the fitness industry should be. I take TRT now, which is called testosterone replacement therapy. It's a very low level of testosterone.
I have a problem with TRT because that has become the new golden standard of fake natties, right? Oh, I'm on TRT. It's a medically prescribed dose from a doctor. It's just getting me back to baseline levels. Bull fucking shit, okay? Exogenous testosterone is still anabolic. I don't care what your levels are, you're still taking steroids. Let's be real here.
It's not for muscle gains, it's just for replenishment of me. I've actually got a job now, if you want to see it.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah.
Long-term steroid use impairs your testosterone production, resulting in symptoms like fatigue, anxiety, and low libido. Tom has to take TRT, a prescribed light steroid to help balance his hormones.
Where would you inject it?
Today is my bum, unfortunately for you.
Yeah, I gotta pin my ass. Watch me pin my ass.
There we have it. New alcohol wipe. Wipe all around the area. And that is all done.
And that didn't hurt?
At all.
When you first started taking it, what were the side effects?
This is where I was taking tren, my third cycle. So I had a lot. My mood swings were up and down. Night terrors, which is horrible dreams every single.
For those of you who don't know, tren is a serious compound, and a lot of people have these crazy nightmares on them, just straight up staring into the eyes of the devil himself, sweating profusely, rage. It's crazy. I actually used to get nightmares myself. That was until I started sleeping on my Helix mattress, which is why today's video is sponsored by Helix. Helix Sleep makes premium mattresses and bedding customized to fit your needs, conveniently shipped in a box right to your doorstep. You don't even have to leave your house. Everybody's different, and Helix knows that. That's why they designed a sleep quiz that helps match your unique body type to your sleeping preferences. This way, you can find the perfect mattress for you. If you sleep with a partner or even a pet, you can take the quiz together so that you can find the best compromise for everyone. Personally, I sleep on my side and stomach, and I prefer a medium mattress feel, which is why I was matched with the Midnight Lux. I've been sleeping on Helix mattresses for over 2 years now, and ever since I moved, I had to upgrade from a queen to a king. That's how much I love my Helix. The days of going to a mattress store are over. You no longer have to sit through an annoying sales pitch only to be sold an uncomfortable, overpriced mattress. In fact, your new Helix comes to you. I actually had fun setting up my new bed. It took me just under 5 minutes to carry it up the stairs and watch my new mattress spring to life. You don't even have to take it from me. If Sebastian is sleeping on it, you know it's quality. If it makes you nervous to buy something you haven't tried yet in person, Helix offers a 100-night sleep trial. This way, you get a little bit over 3 months to completely fall in love with your new mattress. Best of all, every Helix comes with a 10-year warranty. They offer flexible payment plans and even have financing options available, so a great night's sleep is never that far away. I love my Helix, and I think you would too. If you're in the need for a new bed, check out Helix. Go to helixsleep.com/Philion to get 20% off your new mattress plus 2 free pillows. And thank you to Helix for sponsoring this video.
Couldn't keep a hard on.
Damn.
I looked incredible. I looked lean, I was full.
You also get like the bubonic plague where you just cough your lung out of your own body.
You know, it was great, but I felt like death.
We're having a surgery and then you live streamed it?
Yeah, I had gyno surgery. Gyno's a build-up of estrogen behind the nipple. I'm estrogen sensitive.
The gyno, man, the gyno. That's enough for me to never do steroids. I don't get it.
So when I was taking steroids, my estrogen built up and stuck behind my nipple basically, and it was causing pain.
Why did you live stream it,
I'm gonna
bro?
throw up. I'm gonna fucking throw up.
To raise awareness, I know it's a bit crazy. The more people it sees, the more people it reaches, the more people are going to see it and maybe get checked out. So I thought, yeah, why not go live?
Yeah, why not?
I'm trying to enlighten people about the use of steroids. Bodybuilding, they get so shredded, they lose their sex drive. And we, as a community, epitomise these people with six packs. And actually, these guys are so not healthy. Women lose their periods for life sometimes, not just a couple of weeks, just by doing a couple of bodybuilding shows, and people don't realise this.
Yeah, a lot of people think that, you know, those praying mantis looking women on stage, right, with the stick legs and the 12 packs are not on steroids? You bet your ass they're on steroids, and they experience virilization, aka turning into a man.
Let's say I'm a young person trying to get into the fitness industry and I want to be the next gymfluencer. Would you advise me to take steroids?
Find your own path. I wanted to be in the industry so much. I listened to what anyone else did. Do your own journey.
Thomas suffered numerous side effects from his years of steroid use, including having to do breast reduction surgery as a result of gynecomastia.
Vice, we gotta get some new fucking B-roll, bro.
The self-proclaimed king of gyno, Dr. John, warns that tens of thousands of men are now at risk of needing the surgery due to...
This guy's probably rolling in it. Are you kidding me? If you guys want to become millionaires, just become a gynecomastia surgeon in the UK. You're big chillin' for the rest of your life.
the steroid use.
How many gynecomastia surgeries would you say you do in a week due to steroids?
I do about 2 to 3 a day.
Holy shit! I thought he was gonna say weak. Man's is just clipping nips.
So if we say half of them are due to steroids, I mean, we're talking about 15 in 5 days, so about 7 or 8 probably from steroid use. Wow. But I'm the king of gyno, I mean.
Dr. John is letting us film his next breast reduction surgery. His patient Grant is already in the waiting room.
Yo, what's up, bro? Oh, I'm all good, I'm all good. How you feeling?
Nervous.
Why are you getting this done?
Like, everyone I speak to, no one notices it.
I got tits, bruv. I'm sorry.
But for me, it's a self-confidence thing. I've always had like a little bit of it when I was younger, so as soon as I hit like 16, you get it when like some people hit it through puberty. And then I started using steroids and it just kind of never left and just got worse and worse and worse as I got bigger and bigger. But as you're a big lump, you don't really think about it. But if you go into places like Ibiza and Marbella and stuff like that and you're taking your shirt off and you're surrounded by other people that do steroids that haven't got it, people notice it.
Talk us through your...
I hate that. So I just came back from Europe about a month ago. And it's funny to me that, like, going on holiday, right, Marbella, it's, like, expected for men to take their shirts off. And it's, like, ingrained in Euro culture. It's like, oh, you're on holiday. You just gotta be ripped. It's so unhealthy, bro.
Steroid use, when was the first time you started taking it?
18.
18?
Yes, I've been on and off it for 10 years. I started going to the gym, seeing nothing. And I was like, do you know what, I'm just gonna jump on a course. Took some tablets and started getting bigger and kind of never looked back.
Is it more for fitness or is it more like an aesthetic?
I am so unfit. Honestly, at my biggest, I was about 17.5 stone.
When we're talking about fitness, we're talking about health and adaptability. How well can you adjust to the certain environment or workout or stimulus that you're given? These guys are not adaptable, they're one-dimensional, and they literally just pack on size for no reason whatsoever. Ever since I started boxing and athletic training, I feel so much healthier just because I can move through space more efficiently. I feel young, I feel spry, I feel like an athlete. And that is completely lost when you start participating in things like bodybuilding, even powerlifting. You're not flexible at all. Walking on an incline on the treadmill and doing the Stairmaster isn't enough cardio to stimulate actual cardiovascular endurance, and your metabolic conditioning is non-existent. How can you be fit when you can't move? It makes no sense to me, and it's a hard pill for a lot of turbo gym goers to swallow.
Couldn't walk upstairs. Like, generally, my breathing was terrible. I was just carrying so much excess weight that I didn't need.
That's also important to note because your body can't really tell the difference between excess muscle mass and just being fat, right? At some point, a 250-pound bodybuilder and a 250-pound fat person are carrying around the same mass. But the bodybuilder has deluded themselves into thinking that muscle equals health. Takes balls to do this. But if you see this guy in a shirt, he literally looks normal. I don't get it.
I wish I'd never started, but now I'm on it, it's too late.
Dr. John's ready for you now.
Fam, good luck, my guy.
Later.
Got this, man.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go, bro.
How do you feel?
Nervous, currently.
Is it ticklish right now?
No, it's all right at the moment.
This is the stuff that's hanging out, and here's the actual glands one.
After applying a local anesthetic, the surgeons have filled Grant's breasts up with a liquid to help with the procedure.
Holy shit.
What are the dangers and risks?
It's too early for this, bro.
I would think that the most common risk is getting a hematoma. So the body wants to heal it and wants to push blood into your chest. Other risks, nipple inversion, nipple necrosis, but there's different ways to prevent that.
Nipple inversion and nipple necrosis. One of them, your titty turns inside out. The other one, it rots and dies off.
As much as possible.
Next, they're going to extract the fat like they would with liposuction.
So what this does is breaking apart the fat, and the pseudo gland inside is partially fat and partially fibrous tissue. So we break apart the fatty part.
Surprised how much fat's in there.
Oh, to be fair, I did offer somebody crack if they drink some.
I don't think I can do this. If I was this documentarian and I was in this room seeing fat piped up through a tube, are you kidding me? I'm passing out or throwing up. Look at bro's face. Oh, fucking hell, mate. Pulled out a placenta from his chest. A literal alien.
I never knew this is what a gland looks like. I genuinely can't believe
Anybody want some turkey burgers?
that doesn't put you off taking steroids. I genuinely don't know what will.
Since steroids are illegal to sell in the UK,
Yeah, to my knowledge, steroids are illegal to sell in the UK, but not to use.
Undisclosed location, and I'm about to meet an international steroid dealer who makes steroids in his kitchen.
Imagine that's your job, making steroids in your kitchen like Walter White. And thousands of men probably buy from him. That's crazy to me. You're not even getting pharmaceutical grade shit.
Yo. Alright, what's going on right now?
So basically, I a solution of nandrolone or Deca. We've got the raw powder here. Put a couple of chemicals in there, and I'm just finishing it off with some seed oil. This is the carrier. This is the solution.
There's a growing sentiment within these spheres that seed oils are some of the most unhealthy substances you can consume, typically in food, for your body. But the reality is, a lot of these people who demonize seed oils shoot up steroids that are suspended in seed oil itself. So the irony is just ridiculous, and it's another marketing grift to get people to buy their own shitty supplements, usually.
Every time you take this shit, you're risking your fucking life, you know? It's a lottery. Unless you're making this yourself or getting it from a pharmaceutical company, you don't know what the fuck's in it.
You're the most honest drug dealer I've ever heard in my life.
Not everybody who makes and sells drugs is trying to kill people and rinse them. Do you know what I mean? I mean, you know, it's a grey area, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, ethical drug dealer.
Yeah. What would you say is like your demographic?
It breaks my heart to say it, but 16 to 24-year-olds.
How can you be an ethical drug dealer when your target audience is 16 to 24-year-olds? You're quite literally ruining these children's lives. Yeah.
Just as they're like sort of coming through puberty and this, you know, young guys wanting to just be buff or whatever. If you train properly, diet properly, take this shit, you're gonna feel indestructible. Who doesn't want to feel like that?
All of these ingredients, are they like easily sourced?
Yeah, easily. The chemicals are just household, everyday items. Sourcing the raws, you have to order them from abroad, get them shipped in, and that's the riskiest part if customs sees it. But that's all they'll do. But the risk reward, if you compare it to other drugs, I mean, it's insane the returns you can get. It wouldn't be uncommon for us on a bad month to make 50 grand. And a good month to make 100 grand.
If that's true, if he's making 50 to 100 grand, I don't get what this janky setup is. Bro's in his kitchen. He's cooking eggs one minute, the next he's suspending nandrolone. What are we doing here? At least get some sort of compound.
It goes on. There you go. Okay.
This is nuts.
And if you put a light through it, you should say it's clean. There should be no particles in there. That's a good tip, actually. If you do buy gear, get a light on it. If there's shit floating in the gear.
Thanks, Mr. Anonymous Drug Man. I'll be sure to put a light up to my bottle of test.
Don't take it. Cap comes off. There you go. Made in what? 30 minutes? No time at all.
A lot of people think steroids are hard to come by. He just made them out of Windex and toothpaste in under 30 minutes.
What would you say to any young person who's thinking about taking steroids?
Don't fucking take it, it'll ruin your life. No fucking teenage boy anywhere in this fucking world needs to be taking anabolic steroids.
But he still makes and sells them. Oh, the hypocrisy.
Fuck yourself up, you're not gonna come back for it, you look like shit.
And all of you still look like shit.
It worries me that even the dealer is warning people not to take steroids. But for some athletes competing in the bodybuilding industry, they would argue that
nah, this is a mental illness. Full stop. That's what this is. Seek help.
taking steroids is a necessity.
Okay, every single athlete today, it will be their first time ever on a bodybuilding stage.
Imagine calling a bodybuilder an athlete.
So we do need to give them lots and lots of support. We have our first athletes ready, I believe.
Looking good, thick, solid, and tight.
What's your stance on some of your athletes maybe taking steroids? Do you advise it or not?
It's a good question, and I feel like it's something that someone needs to come to the.
Bro is waffling. Yes, if you are going to do bodybuilding, you need steroids, okay? Bodybuilding does not exist without steroids. Sorry to break the secret to you boys, but the gig is up.
Conclusion themselves. I'm going to then try best advise you to do it in a safe manner. A lot of men definitely have body dysmorphia and they take the steroids to make themselves feel better, but it ends up having a negative effect.
Have you or anybody else, do you know, are they taking steroids for preparation for this?
I do take steroids.
Oh, you do take steroids?
I do take steroids, yeah. But it's all controlled, it's not abused. I have my bloods taken.
The cognitive dissonance. It's not abused. No, I'm just permanently on steroids for the rest of my life now.
How did you first get into using steroids?
I started steroids at 19. I finished steroids at 24, at which point I was very large, not in bad condition, and had the potential to turn pro as a bodybuilder. And then I tore my left pec completely off.
Yeah, we didn't even get into the injuries that can happen because you're growing too much muscle and you get this God complex and your tendons humble you real quick.
That sort of ended that, and then I spiraled into depression. The renal specialist basically said I outgrew my kidney's capability of managing my physique. So I'm stage 4 kidney failure. And that'll never get better.
Is it a lot of medication now? Is it like a whole lifestyle change?
No, not really. Not from the kidneys. I've got a lot of medication for the heart failure and the heart attacks, but not from the kidneys.
Heart attacks? Plural heart attacks?
Well, I had a heart attack, an official heart attack, an official myocardial infarction in end of November last year.
Growing up is realizing that you shouldn't skip heart day.
Do you know anybody who's died because of steroid usage?
It's difficult to say that someone's died because of steroids. Are there people that have passed that steroids may have played a significant role in it? Yes, without doubt.
So if I drive drunk, did the alcohol kill me? Or did the car kill me? It's still your choice. The risk is exacerbated by the actions that you are doing.
Can't OD on steroids. You know what I mean? You can't go and take too many and drop dead.
Yeah.
It's a time thing. It's a constant abuse.
Dude, that's such bullshit. People's bodies give out. That's it. Because, I don't know, your frame isn't supposed to be walking around with excess mass, putting all that stress on your heart, enlarging your heart, making it work overtime just to fuel retarded muscle on you. Hello? Kidney failure, liver toxicity, fucked hormones, you're screwed. Varicose veins thicker than garden hoses, spidering all throughout your body, blood pressure through the roof. Yeah, no, steroids can't kill you.
Steroid use is rife in the UK, and it's extremely easy to get your hands on them, trapping men in a cycle that seems hard to break. With social media platforms often perpetuating the narrative, feeding us unrealistic body images. Ironically, the side effects can sometimes make men even more self-conscious, and in some cases, be fatal.
That's such a good point. I really like that they're ending on this note, because It describes the psychosis perfectly. Men who are self-conscious take drugs to no longer be self-conscious, but inversely, they become more self-conscious because they develop body dysmorphia and a whole host of psychological illnesses. I actually really liked that video. They didn't hold any punches whatsoever, and they showed some really dark side effects of steroids. And if some of you are shocked about my hardline position on steroids these days, if I convinced one of you to not do it, then I did my job. So quite frankly, I don't give a fuck if you think I'm crazy or not. Instead, sign up to the Third Eye Global Patreon, and I'll convince you myself why you shouldn't do steroids.